I tell Lila not to invite her ex, and she hears, "Make a reservation." The gulls outside our window argue over a French fry like it's scripture. Owen shows up with a bottle he can't pronounce and a smile he practices in reflective surfaces. When I ask him to leave, Lila's palm finds my cheek like it has GPS. The bottle dies. Something inside me is born. Let me back up. My name is Nate Calder. I'm 34. I write product copy for a marine supply catalog, which means I spend 8 hours a day making boat cleats sound like life-changing purchases. The pay is garbage. The work is steady. I'm good with my hands when I'm not typing. I've got a scar on my left forearm from a boat cleat that didn't appreciate my enthusiasm. I live in a salt air town on the mid-Atlantic coast where the boardwalk shuts down after Labor Day and the gossip runs year-round. My wife Lila teaches boutique fitness classes at a studio called Thrive. She's 32, beautiful in that curated way that requires ring lights and protein shakes. She has more followers than friends. She also has Telegram chats I'm not invited to and a smile she saves for cameras. 3 days ago, she told me Owen was coming to dinner. Owen Park, 35, real estate photographer, her ex-boyfriend from college, the guy who takes pictures of empty mansions and makes them look like someone interesting might live there. He drives a vintage coupe he can't afford to insure properly and wears a watch that leaves green on his wrist. "It's just dinner," Lila said, not looking up from her phone. "We're adults." "I don't want him here." "You don't get to decide who I see. I get to decide who sits at my table." She looked at me then. Her expression was the one she uses when a client can't hold a plank. "Our table, and I already invited him." So here we are. Owen arrives at 7 with that bottle and a grin that makes me want to check my wallet. He's wearing a linen shirt that probably cost more than my car payment. His hair is gelled in a way that suggests effort disguised as ease. "Nate," he says, extending a hand. "Good to see you, man." I don't take it. "Owen." Lila swoops in, all brightness and deflection. She takes the bottle like it's a trophy. "Oh my God, you didn't have to bring this." "It's a burgundy," Owen says. "Thought we'd celebrate?" "Celebrate what?" I ask. He laughs. It's the kind of laugh people use when they're pretending you made a joke. "Life, man, just life." Lila pours 3 glasses without asking if I want any. I don't. The kitchen smells like rosemary and something burning. She's made chicken, which she does when she's trying to impress someone. It's dry. It's always dry. We sit. Owen compliments the house. He does it in that appraiser's voice, like he's calculating square footage and resale value. "You've really made this place cozy. Love what you did with the lighting?" "We didn't do anything with the lighting," I say. "It came with the house." Lila shoots me a look. Owen smiles into his wine. Dinner is a parade of small dominance moves. Owen mentions a shoot he did for a waterfront property that sold for $2.3 million. Lila laughs too loud at his stories. He asks about my work like he's conducting an exit interview. "So you write descriptions for boat stuff?" "That's the idea." "That's cool. Really grounded work. Honest. Honest. Like I'm a janitor. Like I'm beneath lying." I watch Lila. She's got that glow she gets when someone's paying attention. Her phone is face down on the table, which means it's buzzing. I can see the screen light up through the case. She doesn't check it. She's performing. Owen refills his own glass. Then Lila's. Not mine. I've had enough. "Owen," I say, "I think it's time you left." The room goes quiet. Even the gulls outside seem to pause. Lila's smile hardens. "Nate." "No, I asked you not to do this. You did it anyway. Now I'm asking him to leave." Owen raises his hands in mock surrender. "Hey, I don't want to cause any trouble." "Then leave." He looks at Lila. She looks at me, and then she stands up and slaps me. It's not hard. It's not meant to hurt. It's meant to humiliate. The sound is sharp, clean. The wine bottle tips. It doesn't just fall. It shatters. Red spreads across the table like a crime scene. Owen stands, suddenly the peacemaker. "Whoa, whoa. Let's all just take a breath." "Get out," I say quietly. He puts a hand on Lila's shoulder. She doesn't move it. He nods, grabs his coat, and heads for the door. Before he leaves, he turns back. "Sorry, man. Didn't mean for it to go like this." He's not sorry. He's smirking. The door closes. Lila grabs her purse and her phone and walks into the bedroom. The lock clicks. I'm alone with the broken glass and the rosemary chicken no one ate. I clean. I always clean. It's what I do when I don't know what else to do. I wipe the wine off the table, pick the glass out of the grout, scrape the food into the trash. My hands smell like dish soap and disappointment. While I'm rinsing the last plate, I notice the smart speaker on the counter. The little light is on. It's supposed to turn off after a command. I walk over. The screen shows a notification. Sorry, I didn't catch that. It recorded something. I don't play it. Not yet. I'm not ready to hear what I already know. I finish cleaning. I sit on the couch. The house smells like the ocean and hypocrisy. My phone buzzes. Unknown number. The text says, "Heard dinner didn't go well. Small town, big ears." I stare at it. I don't respond. Whoever sent it wants me to know they're watching, that the story is already moving, that I'm the punchline before I've even decided to fight back. I set the phone down. The gulls are back at it outside, screaming over scraps. I think about Lila in the bedroom. I think about Owen driving home in that stupid car, feeling like he won something. I think about how this town works, how gossip travels faster than facts, how reputations are built on who tells the best story first. I don't want to be the villain, but if they're going to make me one, I'll be the kind they remember. Before we go any further, hit the hype button, take a second to subscribe, and like the video. It really helps the channel grow. And tell us in the comments, what would you do in this situation? Morning comes with the smell of salt and low tide. Lila leaves early without speaking. I hear the front door close, her car start, the gravel crunch as she backs out. I don't get up. I lie there staring at the ceiling, counting water stains. My phone is full of texts. Some from numbers I know. Most I don't. You okay? Heard about last night. Let me know if you need anything. No one actually wants to help. They want details. They want to be the first to hear my version so they can compare it to hers. This town doesn't do privacy. Privacy is un-American here. I shower. I dress. I make coffee that tastes like the machine hasn't been cleaned in a year because it hasn't. Then I do what I always do when I need to think. I walk to the pier. The boardwalk is empty this time of year. November strips it down to bones. Shuttered arcades, tarped rides, a Ferris wheel that hasn't turned since September. The whole place smells like rust and old frying oil. The benches are tagged with initials and phone numbers that don't work anymore. I like it this way. Honest. I sit near the end where the fishermen cast lines they don't expect to catch anything with. The gulls circle. One lands on the railing and stares at me like it knows something. In this town, I say to the gulls and the roomers eat the same diet. The gull doesn't laugh. I walk down to the marina. There's a bar there called the Anchor. It opens at 11, and the regulars start showing up at 11:01. The bartender is a guy named Reggie who used to run charters before his back gave out. He knows everyone and remembers everything. I sit. I order a coffee because it's too early for anything else, even by my standards. Reggie brings it over and leans on the bar. Heard you had company last night. Word travels. Word practically sprints. He grins. Owen Park, right? Real estate guy? That's him. Heard he brought wine. He brought a lot of things. Reggie nods. He's not digging, he's confirming. That's how it works here. People don't ask questions, they make statements and wait for you to correct them. A woman 2 stools down glances over. Her name is B. Larkin, 50s. HOA president. Hair that doesn't move in the wind. Smile like a threat. Nate, she says, I'm so sorry to hear about your troubles. I don't have troubles. Of course not. She sips something clear with a lime. But if you do, you know the community is here for you. Community. That's code for surveillance. I finish the coffee and leave before she can ask anything else. I drive past Lila's studio. Thrive. It's in a converted warehouse near the marina, and all glass and exposed brick and motivational quotes in vinyl on the walls. There are cars in the lot, even though her first class isn't until noon. I recognize some of them. Owen's coupe isn't there. Yet. I park across the street and watch. A woman comes out. Tess Bramble, studio manager. 30 years old, sharp haircut, sharper smile. She's holding a yoga mat and her phone. She stops, laughs at something on the screen, then goes back inside. 10 minutes later, a guy shows up. Garrick Vale, 38. Supplement rep with a local podcast called The Veil of Health. He's got a voice like a game show host and abs he mentions in every third sentence. He carries a box. Samples, probably. Protein powder or fat burner pills or some other placebo wrapped in promises. This is Lila's world. The studio fam. That's what they call themselves in the Telegram chat I'm not allowed to see. They protect each other. They amplify each other. They're a brand. And I'm the liability. I start the car and drive home. On the way, I pass Owen's place. It's a rental, one of those beach cottages that looks charming in photos and leaks when it rains. His coupe is in the driveway. The paint job is perfect. The car is his whole personality. I don't stop. I'm not ready for that move yet. Back home, I open my laptop and do what I'm good at. Research. I pull up Lila's Instagram. Her latest post is from this morning. It's a selfie in the studio mirror, ring light glowing like a halo. The caption says, "Choosing peace and boundaries today. Grateful for my tribe." The comments are a choir. "You deserve the best. So proud of you. Keep shining." No one asks what happened. No one needs to. She's already framed the narrative. I'm the chaos. She's the survivor. I scroll back through her photos. There's Owen. Not recent. 6 months ago. A group shot at some marina event. He's in the background, but he's there, and Tess is next to him, and Garrick is holding a microphone. They've all been circling for a while. I close the laptop. I'm about to make lunch when my phone buzzes again. Same unknown number. HOA cameras caught some interesting late-night activity on your street. Thought you'd want to know. I stare at the message. HOA cameras. B. I text back, "Who is this?" No response. I grab my keys and drive to Jonah Pike's place. Jonah is my neighbor, quiet guy, mid-40s. Fixes boats for cash and minds his business. He's got a dash cam on his truck because he parks near the docks and people are careless. I knock. He answers with a rag in his hand and grease on his forearms. "Nate." "Jonah, quick question. Your dash cam. It records overnight, right?" He nods slowly. Runs on a loop. Keeps 48 hours. "Any chance it's pointed toward my place?" He looks at me for a long moment. Then he steps back and lets me in. We go to his kitchen table. He pulls up the footage on a laptop that's older than some marriages. He scrubs through hours of darkness and streetlights and passing cars. Then he stops. Owen's coupe, parked outside my house. 2:17 a.m. 4 nights ago. Jonah scrubs forward. Owen's car again. 2:30 a.m. 6 nights ago. "You want me to keep going?" Jonah asks. "No, that's enough." He looks at me. "You okay?" "Not yet." He closes the laptop. "Footage is yours if you need it. I don't get involved, but I don't delete things either." I shake his hand. I leave. I sit in my car and stare at my house like I've never seen it before. 2 a.m. visits. Multiple nights. Lila was home, I was home, and Owen was outside waiting. Or inside, which means someone let him in. I'm not the villain yet, but the line is right there. I can see it. I can step over it any time I want. I don't sleep that night. I sit in the living room with the lights off and the smart speaker in my hand. I've been avoiding this. I'm not anymore. I open the app and scroll to the recording history. Most of it is mundane. Set a timer. Play some jazz. What's the weather? Then I find it. The timestamp matches the night of the dinner. 8:43 p.m. Right after Owen left. I press play. Lila's voice. Low. Almost a whisper. "You should have stayed." A pause. Then Owen's voice. "Next time." The recording cuts off. 10 seconds. That's all. But it's enough. I play it again and again. It doesn't change. She wanted him to stay. After she hit me. After she locked herself in the bedroom. She was texting him. Telling him to come back. I delete nothing. I back it up to 3 places. Cloud, hard drive, USB stick in my desk drawer. I set the speaker down and stare at the dark window. The ocean is out there somewhere, loud and indifferent. I've been trying to stay reasonable, to be the bigger person, to believe this is salvageable. It's not. If they're going to rewrite me as the abuser, the toxic one, the obstacle, then I'll become something worse. I'll become the one who writes the endings. I'm not calling the cops. Cops ask questions and file reports, and none of that helps me. I'm not hiring a lawyer. Lawyers cost money I don't have and take years I won't waste. I want something faster, something they can't undo. I want to take everything they've built and turn it into rubble. The next morning I start simple. I make a list. Owen's income, real estate photography. Dependent on referrals and one major broker who books him for high-end listings. Lila's brand, boutique fitness, dependent on her image, her followers, and the studio fam protecting her narrative. Tess, studio manager. The one who probably sent that first text. The one who's always in the background holding a phone. Garrick, podcast guy, loud, loves attention, needs guests. B, HOA president. Knows everything, keeps receipts. These are the pieces. I just need to know how they connect. I spend the day digging. I don't hack anything. I don't break any laws. I just look at what's already public. Owen's website has a portfolio. Gorgeous houses. Terrible watermarks. But buried in the metadata of the images is a pattern. Every shoot for the last 3 months comes from one broker, Prestige Coastal Realty, run by a woman named Victoria Lund. She's old money, new rules. If Owen loses her, he loses everything. I check her social media. She's hosting an open house this weekend. A waterfront property. 7 figures. Influencer event. Owen will be there. So will I. I also find something else. Lila's studio permit. It's public record. I pull it from the county website. The approval was conditional. Noise restrictions, parking limits, operating hours. I cross-reference with her Instagram. She's posted videos of evening classes. 9 p.m., 10 p.m., outside the permitted hours. 1 complaint to the county and that permit gets reviewed. 1 review and B's HOA gets involved. Bay loves being involved. I don't file anything. Not yet, but I know where the lever is. That afternoon, I get another text. Same unknown number. Your wife's car was at the studio until midnight last night. Owen's was there too. I don't respond, but I know who's sending these. Tess. She wants me paranoid. She wants me reactive. She's building something and I'm part of the blueprint. I'm not going to give her what she wants. I'm going to give her something worse. I call the broker. Prestige Coastal. I use a fake name. Say I'm interested in properties over $2 million. Say I'm relocating. Say I heard Owen Park does excellent work and I'd love to see his portfolio in person. The receptionist is cheerful. Oh, Owen's wonderful. He'll actually be at our showcase Saturday. You should stop by. I'll do that. I hang up. I smile for the first time in days. It feels wrong. It feels good. I spend the rest of the week preparing. I buy new clothes. Nothing flashy. Just clean. A decent jacket. Shoes that don't have salt stains. I get a haircut at a place that doesn't have a barber pole. I look in the mirror and barely recognize myself. If I'm the villain, I want wardrobe. Friday night, Lila comes home late. She doesn't speak. She microwaves something and eats it in the bedroom. I hear her on the phone. Her voice is low, careful. She's talking to someone. I don't need to guess who. I sit on the couch with a beer I don't drink and think about the line I'm about to cross. There's no coming back from this. I know that. Once I start, I'm committed. Once I take the first piece off the board, the rest have to follow. I'm not angry. That's the strange part. I'm calm, clear. I've cataloged every small betrayal, every lie, every late night, every post, every smile that wasn't meant for me. I'm not doing this for justice. I'm doing this because they think I won't, and I need them to know they're wrong. The open house is at a property on the north end of the island. Floor-to-ceiling windows, marble countertops, a view that makes you forget you're in a place where the grocery store closes at 8. I arrive at 2. The driveway is full of luxury cars and people who look like they own boats with names. Owen's coupe is parked near the entrance, freshly washed. The man loves that car. Inside, it's all bright light and small talk. Trays of champagne and tiny food that doesn't fill you. A string quartet in the corner playing something I don't recognize. This isn't a real open house. This is a performance. Owen is in the great room with his camera. He's shooting the space like it's a fashion model. Low angles, slow pans. He's got that focus he gets when he's working. It's the only time he looks competent. Victoria Lund is near the windows talking to a couple in matching sunglasses. She's tall, mid-50s, wearing a scarf that costs more than my rent. She moves through the room like she owns it because she basically does. I grab a glass of champagne I won't drink and drift toward Owen. He doesn't see me at first. He's adjusting his tripod, muttering about light. Owen. He turns. His face does something complicated. Surprise, annoyance. A flash of fear he hides fast. Nate, wow. Didn't expect to see you here. I'm shopping. He laughs. It's nervous. For a house like this? No offense, man, but what? He doesn't finish. He looks around like he's hoping someone will save him. No one does. Look, he says quietly. About the other night. That got out of hand. I didn't mean for what? For my wife to hit me? For you to sit there and smirk? I wasn't smirking. You were. He sets the camera down. I don't want trouble, Nate. Then you shouldn't have come to my house. Victoria Lund glances over. She's got radar for conflict. I can see her weighing whether to intervene. I lower my voice. You know Lila still talks about you, about college, about that trip to Asheville, the one where you two got lost and ended up in that cabin. Owen's face goes pale. How do you... She tells me things, when she thinks I'm not listening. It's a lie, but it lands. Owen shifts his weight. His hands are shaking. Just a little. Just enough. I never what? Never texted her at 2 a.m.? Never parked outside my house? Never told her she should have stayed? His mouth opens. Nothing comes out. Victoria Lund is walking over now. Her smile is professional. Her eyes are sharp. Everything okay here, gentlemen? Fine, Owen says quickly. Just catching up. I turn to her. Ms. Lund, I'm considering a property in this range. I wanted to ask about the photographer. How do you vet your contractors? She blinks. I'm sorry? Your photographer. Owen, how do you ensure reliability? Professionalism? Do you check references? Owen is staring at me like I just set his car on fire. Mr. Park has been with us for 2 years, Victoria says carefully. He's very reliable. That's good. I'd hate for something to go wrong during a critical shoot. Nerves, mistakes, equipment failures, that kind of thing. Is there something specific you're concerned about? I smile. Not at all, just doing my due diligence. I walk away. I don't look back. I don't need to. Behind me, I hear Owen whispering. Victoria's voice is cooler now. Is there something I should know? I leave the house. I sit in my car. I wait. 15 minutes later, my phone buzzes. Unknown number, different one this time. What the hell was that? Owen. He got my number somewhere. Probably Lila. I text back, just shopping. Stay away from my work. Or what? No response. I drive home. I check Lila's Instagram. She's posted a story. It's a photo of her at the studio, mid-plank, face serene. The caption says, "Releasing what no longer serves me. Trusting the process." The comments are the same, supportive, vague, empty. But there's a new one, from Victoria Lund's professional account. Love your energy. Let's connect. Interesting. That night, I get a call from a number I recognize. B. Larkin. Nate, I wanted to check in. About? I've been hearing things about noise complaints, late-night activity at the studio. From who? Neighbors, concerned citizens. You know how it is? I smile. I do. I thought you should know. If the studio is operating outside permitted hours, the HOA has an obligation to review. That sounds serious. It is, but I'm sure it's nothing. A pause. Unless you know something I don't. I don't know anything, B. Of course. Well, if you do hear anything, you let me know. We take community standards very seriously. I'm sure you do. She hangs up. I sit in the dark and think about chains. How one pull leads to another. How pressure applied in the right place cracks the whole structure. I'm not pushing yet. I'm just watching where the cracks already are. 2 days later, I get a text from Owen. We need to talk. I ignore it. The next day, Victoria Lund's office sends Owen an email. I know because Tess screenshots it and posts it in a private group that someone, probably Jonah, sends me a link to. We're pausing all bookings pending a review of contractor standards. Owen's pipeline just dried up. And Lila posts another story. This time the caption is longer. Some people will do anything to tear you down, but I refuse to let a toxic partner sabotage my wellness journey. My tribe sees me. My truth stands. She's talking about me. She's named me without naming me. The town picks sides. I'm the villain now. Good. The problem with small towns is everyone knows your name. The advantage is everyone thinks they know your story. They don't, but they'll repeat it anyway. By Monday morning, I'm the guy who screamed at his wife's ex. By Monday afternoon, I'm the guy who showed up drunk to an open house. By Monday night, I'm the guy who's been struggling for months. None of it's true. All of it's believed. I go to the anchor for coffee and the room shifts. Conversations pause. Eyes flick toward me and then away. Reggie brings the cup without a word. Even the gulls outside seem to judge me. I sit and I wait. B walks in at 11:30 like she scheduled it. She orders her usual vodka something and sits 3 stools down. Close enough to talk. Far enough for plausible deniability. Nate. B. I heard things got tense at the Prestige event. Things are always tense somewhere. She stirs her drink with a tiny straw. You know, the HOA is here to help. If you're going through something, we have resources. What kind of resources? Community mediation, counseling referrals. We want everyone to feel supported. That's generous. It is. She leans in slightly. I also wanted to let you know. We've had some complaints. About the studio. Thrive. What kind of complaints? Noise, traffic, hours of operation. Nothing major. Yet. A nod. That sounds like something the county would care about. It does. but before we escalate, I like to see if there's a way to resolve things neighborly. I'm sure there is. She smiles. It's the smile of someone who's just confirmed something. I thought you'd understand. She finishes her drink and leaves. I stay. I sip coffee that's gone cold, and I think about levers. B wants a favor. She wants me to either back off or go harder. She doesn't care which. She just wants to be the one pulling strings. I can use that. That afternoon, I drive past the studio. There's a crowd outside, some kind of event. Garrick is there with a microphone and a portable speaker. He's doing a live podcast recording. The Veil of Health Beach Boot Camp Edition. People are holding yoga mats and protein shakes. Lila is in the center, smiling, glowing, performing. Tess is filming on her phone. She sees me drive past. She waves. It's not friendly, it's territorial. I park down the block and walk to the marina. There's a pop-up class happening on the dock, some kind of outdoor yoga fusion thing. Garrick is leading it. He's shirtless. His abs look CGI. I watch from a distance. About 20 people are on mats. Lila is assisting. She's got a microphone clipped to her sports bra. Her voice carries over the water. Breathe into the discomfort. Let go of what's holding you back. The class ends. People clap. Garrick thanks everyone and starts handing out samples. Small foil packets with his brand logo. Metabolic accelerators, he calls them. Fat burners. Probably just caffeine and false hope. I drift closer. A woman near me takes a packet and opens it. She mixes it into her water bottle and drinks. 10 minutes later, she's sitting on a bench looking pale. You okay? Someone asks. I don't know. I feel weird. Another person chimes in. Me too, like jittery. Garrick is suddenly very concerned. Sometimes people have sensitivities. It's all natural ingredients. Super safe. What's in it? Someone asks. He rattles off a list. Half of it sounds made up. The other half sounds like it shouldn't be mixed with anything. By evening, 3 people have posted about feeling sick after the marina class. Garrick's comment sections are lighting up. He's deleting and blocking as fast as he can. Lila posts a story. To clarify, today's class was not sponsored by any supplement brand. We promote wellness, not products. She's distancing herself, but the screenshots are already circulating. Tess filmed the whole thing. Garrick's logo is visible. Lila's voice is on the audio. The gossip engine is eating its own tail. I don't push. I don't need to. The damage is happening without me. The next day, I get a message on LinkedIn. It's from a small marketing firm that occasionally contracts me for ad copy. They're working with Owen on a project. Social media content for a real estate launch. They want to know if I'm available, I write back. I appreciate the offer, but I have to decline due to a conflict of interest. They respond fast. Conflict of interest? Personal matter. I'd rather not work on anything involving Mr. Park. Understood. Thanks for the heads up. I close my laptop. I wait. 2 hours later, Owen calls me. I don't answer. He leaves a voicemail. What the hell did you say to them? They just pulled the contract. I need this work, Nate. You can't do this. I text back. I didn't do anything. I just told the truth. You're trying to ruin me. I'm trying to stay out of your life. You should try staying out of mine. He doesn't respond. That night, Lila comes home. She's angrier than I've seen her in months. What did you do to Owen? Nothing. Bullshit. His broker dropped him. His contracts are falling apart. You're poisoning people against him. I haven't said a word. Then how? Maybe people just don't like him. She stares at me. Her hands are shaking. You're ruining everything. I didn't start this. You're making it worse. I'm making it visible. She turns and walks to the bedroom. The lock clicks. I sit in the dark and I think about gravity. How things fall when you stop holding them up. I'm not pushing anymore. I'm just letting go. And they're all starting to realize how far the drop is. 3 days later, Owen texts me. We need to talk. In person. I ignore it. He texts again. I'm not asking. I wait an hour. Then I reply. The Anchor, 6 p.m. He doesn't show at the Anchor. I'm not surprised. Oh, he's not stupid enough to pick a public place with witnesses who know both of us. Instead, at 6:15, I get another text. Parking lot behind the studio. I drive over. The studio is closed. The lot is empty except for Owen's coupe and a gray sedan I don't recognize. Probably Tess's. I park and get out. Owen is leaning against his car, arms crossed, trying to look tough. He's wearing a jacket that's too nice for a parking lot confrontation. Took you long enough, he says. I was having dinner. Funny. I didn't know you had time for meals between ruining people's lives. I walk closer. I haven't ruined anything. Bullshit. You tanked my contract. You got my broker to drop me. You're spreading lies. I haven't lied about anything. Then what do you call it? Honesty. His jaw tightens. You think you're clever. You think you can just what? Defend myself? You came to my house. You sat at my table. You smiled at my wife like I wasn't there. And then you kept showing up. 2 a.m., Owen, multiple nights. His face goes white. I don't know what you're talking about. Dashcam footage says otherwise. He stops. He's calculating, trying to figure out what I know, what I can prove. You want to know what I think? I step closer. I think you're in over your head. I think you're broke. I think that car is leased and your rent is late and you're living off credit cards and Instagram filters. And I think Lila is your meal ticket, or she was, until I reminded everyone that meal tickets expire. You don't know anything. I know enough. He shoves me, not hard, just enough to make a point. Stay out of my life. I don't shove back. I slap him, open-handed, across the face. It's not a punch. It's not meant to injure. It's meant to humiliate. The sound is sharp, clean. His head snaps to the side. He staggers back, hand on his cheek. I did. He lunges at me. I sidestep. He's clumsy, angry, off balance. He swings and misses. A voice cuts through the lot. Hey! Jonah. He's walking across the parking lot with a toolbox in one hand. He must have been working on a boat nearby. Break it up, Jonah says. He doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't need to. Owen straightens. This doesn't concern you. It does, if it's in my line of sight. Jonah stands between us. He's not taking sides. He's just making sure no one does something they can't take back. I look at Owen. He's breathing hard. His face is red. The slap left a mark. I lean in close, quiet, just for him. I'm going to take the thing you can't insure. What? You'll figure it out. I walk back to my car. My hands are steady. My pulse is calm. I feel nothing. Behind me, I hear Owen shouting something. I don't listen. I drive home. When I get there, Lila is on the couch with her phone. She looks up. Where were you? Out. Owen called me. He said you attacked him. I didn't attack anyone. He said you hit him. I slapped him. Once. He shoved me first. Her face hardens. You can't do this. I didn't start it. You're escalating it. No, I'm finishing it. She stands. I'm done, Nate. I'm filing separation papers. Go ahead. She blinks. She wasn't expecting that. You want out? I say. File. But don't expect me to make it easy. Don't expect me to lie for you. Don't expect me to pretend you didn't invite your ex to my house and hit me when I asked him to leave. That's not what happened. That's exactly what happened, and the whole town knows it. She stares at me. Then she grabs her keys and her bag and walks out. I sit in the dark. I think about lines, about the ones you cross and the ones you burn behind you. I'm not on the right side anymore. I know that. But neither are they. The next morning, I wake up to a text from an unknown number. There's a photo attached. Owen's car, driver's side door, a long scratch down the paint. The message says, "Heard you're an artist now." I didn't scratch the car, but the town thinks I did. Good. Let them think. The scratch on Owen's coupe becomes the top story in a town that doesn't have real news. By Tuesday morning, everyone has a theory. I keyed it. Lila keyed it. A disgruntled client keyed it. God himself came down and keyed it. The truth is simpler, salt air and bad parking near the docks. But no one wants a boring story. Owen posts about it. Disappointed in humanity today. Some people can't handle success. The comments are split. Half say they're sorry, half say he probably deserved it. I say nothing. I've learned that silence makes people nervous. Wednesday afternoon, I'm at the marina when I see Owen's car again. It's parked near the bait shop. The scratch is still there. He hasn't fixed it yet. Can't afford to. Near the car is a bucket. Fishermen use them to hold bait or gut fish. This one is tipped over. Something oily and rotten is leaking out of it. The wind is blowing toward Owen's car. Gulls descend. They don't care about paint jobs. They care about food. By the time Owen comes back, his car is covered. Bird droppings, streaks of fish guts. The smell is biblical. He's screaming at the gulls like they understand consequences. He's scrubbing with a towel that just smears it worse. I watch from a distance. I didn't tip the bucket, but I didn't stop it either. People don't fall from grace here. They're scheduled. That night, B calls me. Nate, I wanted to give you a heads up. The county is sending an inspector to Thrive tomorrow morning. For what? Noise complaints, operating hours, permit compliance, standard review. Who filed the complaint? Anonymous. But you know how these things go. Once they start looking, they find things. I thank her and hang up. I didn't file the complaint. But I know who did. B. She's managing the town like it's a chessboard. The next day, the inspector shows up at Thrive. Lila is there. Tess is there. Garrick is filming for his podcast. The inspector is a middle-aged woman with a clipboard and a complete lack of patience. She checks the sound levels. She measures the parking lot. She reviews the permits. You're operating outside your approved hours, she says. Lila tries to smile. We've had special events, community outreach. Events require additional permits. We didn't know? Ignorance isn't a defense. I'm issuing a citation. You'll have 30 days to submit updated permits or cease evening operations. Tess steps in. This is targeted harassment. Someone is trying to shut us down. The inspector doesn't blink. If someone is harassing you, call the police. If you're violating county code, that's my job. She hands Lila the citation and leaves. By evening, the story is everywhere. Lila posts about it. Facing baseless attacks on my business, but we rise. The comments are supportive. But there are new voices now, people asking questions. Why were they open past 10? Why didn't they have permits? What else are they hiding? Garrick tries to defend them on his podcast. This is a witch hunt. Someone has it out for them. One of his listeners comments, maybe they shouldn't have been breaking the rules. The algorithm doesn't care about loyalty. It cares about engagement, and conflict drives clicks. That weekend, Owen's broker posts an update. Prestige Coastal Realty is committed to the highest professional standards. We've updated our contractor vetting process. It doesn't mention Owen by name. It doesn't need to. I run into Owen at the grocery store. He's in the cereal aisle looking at prices. He sees me and freezes. Having a good day? I ask. Stay away from me. I'm shopping. You're ruining my life. Your life is ruining itself. I'm just watching. He steps closer. His voice drops. You think you're winning. You're not. You're just making enemies. I already had enemies. Now I'm making them regret it. I walk past him. He doesn't follow. When I get home, there's an envelope taped to my door. No stamp, no return address. I open it. Inside is a single sheet of paper, printed, anonymous. Timeline, March 2024. Lila and Owen reconnect at Marina event. April 2024, late night texts begin. May 2024, Owen starts showing up at studio. June 2024, you got married. July 2024, Owen's car appears on your street after midnight. Thought you should know. I read it twice, 3 times. I pull out my phone and check the dates. Our wedding was June 15th. Lila and Owen reconnected in March. 3 months before we got married, she was seeing him before the wedding. I sit on the steps and I stare at the ocean. The waves don't care. The gulls don't care. The wind doesn't care. But I do. I've been playing the wrong game. I thought this started at the dinner. It didn't. It started months before, maybe longer. I look at the envelope again. Who sent it? Then I remember. Tess. She's been in the background the whole time, taking photos, filming, managing the narrative. But why would she give me this, unless she's playing her own game? I spend 2 days building a timeline. I don't hack anything. I don't break into anything. I just pull threads. Lila's Instagram posts, dates and locations. Owen's portfolio, same thing, public check-ins. Thrive's event calendar. Marina schedules. HOA meeting minutes. I cross-reference. I build a spreadsheet. I'm good at this. It's what I do for product copy. Find the pattern, make it make sense. March 12th. Lila posts from a Marina event. Supporting local businesses? Owen is in the background. Tess is next to him. March 25th. Lila posts a sunset photo. Location tag, North Pier. Owen posted the same sunset, same angle, same time. April 9th. Lila's car logged into the studio parking lot at 11 p.m. According to the fob system I can see on the studio's poorly secured website. Owen's car was parked on my street at 2 a.m. the same night. Jonah's dashcam confirms it. May 3rd. Thrive hosts a brand collaboration workshop. Tess organized it. Owen was the photographer. Garrick provided samples. June 15th. We got married. Small ceremony. Beach. Just family and a few friends. Tess was there. Owen wasn't. But Lila checked her phone 17 times during the reception. I counted. July 2nd. Owen's car. 2 a.m. Dashcam confirms July 18th. Same. August 9th. Same. The pattern is clear, and it didn't start at the dinner. It started before I said I do. I sit back and stare at the screen. My coffee is cold. The house is silent. I feel something crack inside me. Not anger, not sadness, something colder. I think about the wedding. How Lila smiled for the photos. How she said the vows without hesitation. How she kissed me like she meant it. She didn't. I close the laptop. I need air. I need to think. I drive to Jonah's place. He answers the door with a sandwich in one hand. You got more footage? I ask. Depends. What are you looking for? Everything. March to now. Every time Owen's car was on this street. Jonah looks at me for a long moment. Then he nods. Come in. We sit at his kitchen table. He pulls up the files. Months of footage. He's kept it all. I'll burn you a copy, he says. But Nate, be careful what you do with this. I'm not doing anything illegal. I didn't say illegal. I said careful. He hands me a USB drive. It's all public-facing. Nothing inside your house. Nothing private. Just what the camera saw from the street. Thank you. Don't thank me. Just don't make me regret this. I take the drive and leave. Back home, I watch the footage. Hours of it. Cars passing, streetlights flickering, Owen's coupe appearing again and again. But something else catches my eye. Tess's car, a gray sedan. It shows up more than Owen's does. I scrub through. Tess arrives first. Every time, then Owen, then sometimes Lila. Her car pulls up later, like she's been somewhere else. One clip shows Tess and Owen standing by his car, talking, laughing. He touches her arm. She doesn't pull away. Another clip shows Lila arriving. She looks upset. She gets out of her car and walks toward them. Tess steps back. Owen turns to Lila. The conversation looks tense. I freeze the frame. Lila's face. Even in low resolution, I can see it. She's crying. This isn't a simple affair. This is a triangle. Or worse, a setup. I start pulling more threads. Tess's social media, her professional accounts, her Telegram groups. She's been tagging Lila and Owen in posts for months. Power team. Collaboration goals. Building something amazing. But buried in the comments are hints. Can't wait to see the new studio direction. Change is coming. I pull Thrive's business registration. It's public record. Lila is listed as the lead instructor. Tess is listed as manager. But there's a footnote. A pending application to update ownership structure, filed 2 weeks ago, before the dinner. Tess is trying to buy Lila out. I sit back. I see it now. Tess introduced Lila and Owen. She kept them close. She encouraged the collaboration. She fed the affair. Not because she cared about them, because she needed them distracted. She's been building her own brand, her own partnerships. Garrick, Owen. Eventually, she'd push Lila out and take over Thrive. But she needed Lila's reputation damaged first. She needed her vulnerable. And I'm the tool she's been using. Every anonymous text, every screenshot, every hint. She's been feeding me information, making me angry, pushing me to act. And I did. I laugh. It's not a happy sound. She played me, but she made one mistake. She told me too much. The next day I get a DM from a stranger. Or maybe not. You're doing great work. Keep it up, I respond. Who is this? A fan. Tess? No response. I don't need one. I know. I pull up her accounts again. I dig deeper. I find her email in a public directory. I find her podcast appearances, her LinkedIn endorsements. She's ambitious, she's smart, and she's not as careful as she thinks. I draft a message. I don't send it yet. I want to be sure. That night, Lila comes home. She doesn't look at me. She goes straight to the bedroom. I knock on the door. Lila. What? Can we talk? There's nothing to talk about. I know about Tess. The door opens. She's pale. What about her? She's pushing you out. The ownership change, the permits, the podcast drama, it's all her. Lila's face shifts. That's insane. Is it? Check the business filings. Check the partnership applications. She's been planning this for months. Why would she do that? Because you're the face and she's the brain, and faces are replaceable. She stares at me. I can see her running the calculations. You're lying. I'm not. But you don't have to believe me. Just watch. She'll make her move soon. I walk away. I leave her with the doubt. The next morning, Garrick announces a new podcast segment. Wellness and business, a conversation with Tess Bramble. Lila isn't mentioned, the gossip engine shifts. People start asking questions. Where's Lila? Why is Tess doing interviews without her? I watch from a distance. I wait, and I plan the next move. I give Lila 3 days. 3 days to check the business filings, 3 days to see the pattern, 3 days to realize she's been a prop in someone else's show. On the 3rd day, she calls me. We need to talk. About? Everything. We meet at the house. Neutral ground. She sits on the couch. I sit in the chair. We don't look at each other. I check the filings, she says quietly. You were right. I know. Tess has been applying for sole ownership. She's been talking to investors. She's been planning to rebrand Thrive without me. Since when? May, maybe earlier. Before the wedding. She nods. Her hands are shaking. I didn't know. You didn't want to know. She looks at me. Her eyes are red. You think this is all my fault? I think you made choices. So did Owen. So did Tess. So did I. What does that mean? It means we all own this, but you could still fix it. How? Tell the truth, publicly. Admit the affair. Admit Tess was manipulating both of you. Admit you made mistakes. She laughs. It's bitter. You want me to destroy my reputation? Your reputation is already destroyed. You just haven't accepted it yet. I can rebuild. Not with Tess in the picture. She'll take everything. Lila stands. She paces. I can't do what you're asking. Why not? Because it's humiliating. So is getting slapped in my own house. She freezes. I'm sorry. No, you're not. You're sorry you got caught. That's not fair. Fair? You invited your ex to dinner. You hit me when I objected. You've been lying to me for months, maybe longer, and you want to talk about fair? She sits back down. She's crying now. Real tears. Not the performative kind. I don't know how to fix this, she whispers. You can't? But you can control how it ends. How? Choose. Tess or the truth. She wipes her eyes. What about Owen? Owen's already done. He lost his broker, he lost his contracts, he's got a scratched car and no one to photograph. He's finished. Because of you. Because of himself. I just stopped propping him up. She looks at me, really looks at me. You've changed. So have you. I don't even recognize you anymore. Good. Because the guy you married, he's gone. She stands. I'm not doing this. I'm not destroying myself to make you feel better. Then you're choosing Tess. I'm choosing survival. Same thing. She leaves. The door closes. I sit in the silence. I didn't expect her to choose the truth. People rarely do. They choose comfort. They choose the story that makes them the victim. But now I know she's not going to turn, which means I don't have to hold back. That night, I get a call from Garrick. Nate, we need to talk. About? The podcast. I want to do an episode about the whole situation. Get everyone's side. Clear the air. Everyone? You, Lila, Owen, Tess. Live discussion. Let people hear the truth. And you think that'll go well. I think it'll get views. So it's a performance. It's a conversation. Fine, I'll do it. Really? Really. But I want a segment first, before the panel. I want to talk about branding, narrative construction, how influencers manipulate their audiences. That's specific. Take it or leave it. He pauses. Okay, yeah, we can do that. Friday night, The Anchor, 8 p.m. live. I'll be there. I hang up. I smile. Garrick thinks he's getting a ratings boost. He's not wrong, but he doesn't know what I'm bringing. I spend the next 2 days preparing. I don't write a script. I don't need one. I just organize my thoughts, the facts, the timeline, the receipts. I also make one stop, Jonah's place. I need a favor, I say. Another one? The audio file, from the smart speaker. Can you clean it up? Make it clear? He nods. How clear? Clear enough for a live audience. He looks at me. You sure about this? I'm sure. He takes the file. 2 hours later, he hands me a USB. It's clean. But Nate, this is the kind of thing you can't take back. I know. Just making sure. Friday comes. I dress carefully. Nothing flashy, just clean, professional. I look like someone who has answers. I get to the Anchor at 7:30. The place is packed. Garrick has promoted this for days. The Wellness Reckoning, a live conversation. There's a small stage set up, microphones, cameras, a banner with Garrick's podcast logo. Lila is in the corner with Tess. They're whispering. Owen is near the bar. He looks nervous. He should be. Garrick sees me and waves. Nate, you're here. Ready? Ready. Great. You're up first. Then we'll bring everyone out for the panel. Perfect. At 8, the crowd settles. Garrick takes the stage. Welcome, everyone, to a very special live episode of The Veil of Health. Tonight we're diving into something real, something messy. We're talking about relationships, reputation, and what happens when the truth gets complicated. The crowd claps. Some cheer. This is entertainment for them. First up, Nate Calder is going to talk about branding and narrative. Nate, I take the stage. The microphone feels heavier than it should. I look at the crowd. I see familiar faces. B, Reggie, Jonah in the back, Tess in the corner with her phone out, filming. Thanks, Garrick. I'm not here to talk about branding. I'm here to talk about truth. The room shifts. Garrick blinks. Okay. See, branding is just another word for lying. You take the messy parts of yourself and you sand them down until they're smooth, until they're sellable, until people believe the story you're telling instead of the one you're living. I pull out my phone. 3 months ago, my wife invited her ex-boyfriend to dinner. I asked her not to. She did it anyway. When I asked him to leave, she hit me. The room is silent. That's the truth. Simple, factual. But that's not the story she told. She told you I was toxic, controlling, abusive. She told you I was the problem. I swipe to the next slide on my phone. It's projected on the screen behind me. Timeline, dates, locations. Here's the thing about truth. It doesn't need a narrative. It just needs facts. March 12th. Lila and Owen reconnect at a marina event. April 9th. Owen's car is on my street at 2 a.m. May 3rd. They collaborate on a studio event. June 15th. We get married. July 2nd. Owen's car is back on my street. 2 a.m. Again and again and again. The crowd murmurs. I see Lila stand. Tess grabs her arm. But here's what I didn't know. This wasn't just an affair. It was a setup. Tess Bramble, studio manager, introduced them, kept them close, encouraged the collaboration. Why? Because she's been planning to take over Thrive, push Lila out, partner with Owen and Garrick instead. Tess's face goes pale. Don't believe me? Check the business filings, county records, public information. Tess filed for sole ownership 2 weeks before the dinner. Garrick is frozen. The crowd is buzzing. I pull out the USB Jonah cleaned. I plug it into the sound system. And here's the last piece. The night of the dinner. After Owen left, after Lila hit me, this is what she said. I press play. Lila's voice. Clear, unmistakable. You should have stayed. Owen's voice. Next time. The room erupts. People are shouting, phones are out, cameras are recording. Lila is standing now. That's taken out of context. Then provide the context, I say. She doesn't. She can't. Owen stands. This is bullshit. You're twisting everything. Am I? Let's ask Tess. Tess, when did you file for ownership? Tess doesn't answer. She's staring at her phone. The comments on the live stream are exploding. Sponsors are watching, I say. Brands are watching. Your audience is watching. And they're not stupid. They can see the pattern. Garrick tries to regain control. Okay, let's all just take a breath and... No. I turn to the crowd. You wanted a conversation. Here it is. These 3 people built a brand on authenticity, on wellness, on community. And it was all a lie. They lied to you. They lied to each other. And they lied to themselves. I step off the stage. I walk toward Owen. He backs up. You came to my house, I say quietly. You sat at my table. You smiled at my wife like I wasn't there. And when I asked you to leave, you smirked. I didn't... I slap him, open-handed, in front of everyone. He stumbles back. The crowd gasps. Cameras flash. That's for my dinner, I say. Security is moving now, but I'm already walking toward the door. I don't run, I don't hide. Behind me, the room is chaos. Lila is crying. Tess is shouting. Owen is holding his face. Garrick is trying to salvage the stream. I step outside. The wind is cold. The ocean is loud. I laugh once. It's ugly. It's real. I'm the villain now, and I'm fine with that. The fallout from the podcast is immediate. By morning, the clips are everywhere. Reddit threads, Twitter arguments, Instagram stories dissecting every word. Local news picks it up. Wellness influencer scandal rocks beach town. Lila's follower count drops by half. Sponsors pull out in real time. Comments flood in calling her fake, manipulative, a liar. She posts an apology video. It's scripted. It's desperate. No one believes it. Tess tries damage control. She claims she was misunderstood. She says the ownership filing was exploratory. She says she was trying to help Lila. The comments tell her what they think of that. Owen goes silent, deletes his social media, his phone number changes, his car disappears from the marina. Garrick's podcast hits record numbers. He pivots. The veil of truth when wellness culture fails. He interviews everyone except the 3 people at the center. He's riding the wave. I get messages, hundreds of them, some supportive, some accusing, some threatening. I don't respond to any of them. B calls. Nate, that was quite a performance. It wasn't a performance, wasn't it? I hang up. 3 days after the podcast, I get a text from an unknown number. Meet me at the pier. Midnight. We need to fix this. I know who sent it. Tess. I don't respond, but I go. The boardwalk is empty at night. The rides are tarped. The arcade is dark. The wind howls through metal slats and wooden beams. The ocean is invisible, but loud. I walk to the end of the pier, the old amusement section, rusted roller coaster tracks, bumper cars covered in canvas, a funhouse with plywood over the entrance. Tess is there, standing near the railing, coat pulled tight, hair whipping in the wind. You came, she says. You texted. I didn't think you would. You underestimated me before. Why stop now? She turns. Her face is hard. You destroyed everything. I revealed everything. There's a difference. You think you're the hero. I think I'm the guy who got tired of being lied to. She steps closer. I didn't lie to you. You manipulated me. Same thing. I gave you information. You chose what to do with it. You fed me just enough to make me angry, just enough to point me at Lila and Owen. You wanted me to wreck them so you could take over. And you got what you wanted. They're finished. I'm finished. Everyone loses. Not everyone. I'm still standing. For now. A voice comes from behind me. She's right. Owen. He steps out from behind a tarped ride. His face is bruised from the slap. His coat is too thin for the wind. 2 against 1? I say. That's touching. We're not here to fight, Tess says. Then why are we here? To offer you a deal. I laugh. A deal. You stay quiet. Delete the files. Stop talking to the press. We'll rebuild quietly. You move on. Everyone wins. Everyone but me. You already won, Owen says. You ruined us. Isn't that enough? No. Tess's face hardens. Then what do you want? I want you to admit what you did. Publicly. All of it. That's not happening. Then we don't have a deal. Owen steps forward. You're not leaving us a choice. You had choices. You made them. He swings. I dodge. He's clumsy. Angry. The wind is pushing him off balance. I grab his jacket. I push him toward the railing. He stumbles. His back hits the metal. For a moment I think about it. One push. Gravity does the rest. But I don't. I pull him back. I lean in close. You can't photograph your way out of what you are. I let go. He staggers away, gasping. Tess is on her phone. I'm calling the police. Go ahead. Tell them what? That you lured me here? That Owen attacked me first? That you've been blackmailing me for weeks? She lowers the phone. You wanted to play games, I say. You wanted to manipulate people. Build your little empire. Well, congratulations. You built it, and I burned it down. You're proud of that? I'm satisfied. A new voice cuts through the wind. Nate. Lila. She's walking across the pier. Soaked. Hair plastered to her face. She must have followed us. Tracked our phones. Something. She looks at Tess, at Owen, at me. This is insane, she says. We're standing on a broken pier in a storm arguing about who hurt who. We all did. We all hurt each other. She's right, Tess says quietly. This has to stop. It does, I say. But not the way you want. Then how? With the truth. One more time. Live, all of us. Another podcast, Owen says. You're insane. Not a podcast, a stream. Members only. Your members, your audience. The people who paid for your classes and bought your products and believed your posts. You owe them an explanation. Lila shakes her head. That'll destroy what's left. What's left is already gone. Tess looks at me. And if we do this? If we admit everything? Then what? Then you live with it, like I do. The wind tears a tarp off one of the rides. The roller coaster car bangs down the track, stuck, screaming. Lila looks at me. You really want this? I do. Why? Because I want you to see what I see. The truth, all of it, out loud. She wipes her eyes. Rain or tears? I can't tell. Fine, we'll do it. We set it up fast. Tess still has access to the Thrive members portal. She schedules a private stream. Important community update. 48 hours notice. Word spreads anyway. Of course it does. This is a small town with fast gossip. By Friday night, the stream has 300 people registered. Members, former members, curious neighbors, sponsors watching to see if they should cut ties or sue. We meet at the studio, neutral ground, or as neutral as it gets. The space is cold, the heat isn't running, budget cuts. Tess sets up a single camera. Lila adjusts the ring light. Owen stands in the corner like he's waiting for execution. Garrick shows up uninvited with his own equipment. You'll want the production value, he says. I don't argue. At 8 p.m., we go live. Tess speaks first. Thank you for joining us. This is difficult, but we owe you honesty. The chat is already moving, comments flying. Most aren't kind. Lila takes a breath. I made mistakes. I invited someone into my life who shouldn't have been there. I hurt my husband, I hurt people who trusted me, and I lied about it. The chat explodes, half supportive, half vindictive. Owen clears his throat. I was selfish. I thought I could have what I wanted without consequences. I was wrong. That's it? Someone types. That's your apology? Tess looks at the camera. I manipulated the situation. I saw an opportunity to advance my career, and I used people to get there. Lila, Owen, even Nate. I told myself it was business. It wasn't. It was cruelty. The chat goes quiet, then erupts again. I step into frame. My turn. The room tenses. I'm not here to apologize. I'm here to explain. 3 months ago, I was lied to, humiliated, hit in my own home, and when I tried to defend myself, I was painted as the villain. So I became one, deliberately. I dismantled reputations. I destroyed careers. I used every lever I could find, and I don't regret it. The chat is chaos now. Insults, cheers, confusion. But here's the truth. I didn't win. None of us did. We all lost. Our reputations, our relationships, our dignity. We burned everything down, and now we're standing in the ashes pretending it was worth it. Lila is crying. Tess is staring at the floor. Owen looks like he wants to disappear. I turn to the camera. So here's my question for you, the audience, the members, the people who followed us and believed us and paid for this world we built. Was it worth it? The drama, the gossip, the entertainment? Did you get what you wanted? The chat slows, then stops. Because I didn't. I wanted revenge. I got it. And it's empty, hollow. I destroyed 3 people and I still wake up angry. Still wake up alone. Still wake up in a house that smells like salt and regret. I step back. That's the truth. All of it. Do with it what you want. The stream runs for another 10 minutes. Questions from the chat. Weak answers. Apologies that don't land. Justifications that sound thin. Then Tess ends it. Thank you for your time. The screen goes dark. We sit in silence. The studio feels like a tomb. Well, Garrick says. That was something? Shut up, Garrick, Lila says. He does. I stand. I'm leaving. Where are you going? Lila asks. I don't know. Somewhere that isn't here. Nate, I stop. I don't turn around. I'm sorry, she says, for all of it. Me too. I walk out. The wind is howling. The storm is picking up. The ocean is louder than I've ever heard it. I drive to the boardwalk. I park. I walk to the pier. The roller coaster car is still stuck on the tracks, banging, screaming, metal on metal. The tarp flaps like a throat that can't swallow. I stand at the railing and I look at the dark water. The waves are violent, white caps in the blackness. I think about the line I crossed, the person I became, the villain I chose to be. I think about Lila crying in the studio, Tess staring at her feet, Owen looking broken. I think about winning, and I laugh. Once, ugly, real, because I did win. I destroyed them, took everything they built and turned it to smoke, but I'm still standing here, alone, in a storm, on a broken pier, with nothing but the wind and the gulls and the wreckage. I turn away from the railing. I walk back to my car. The rain is coming down hard now. My clothes are soaked. My hands are numb. I get in. I start the engine. I sit there for a long time. Then I drive. Away from the boardwalk. Away from the studio. Away from the house that smells like the ocean and hypocrisy. I don't know where I'm going. I don't care. I'm free, and I'm alone. And that's exactly what I earned. The roller coaster car bangs one more time, then stops. The wind tears the tarp completely free. It tumbles into the ocean and disappears. I keep driving. The town gets smaller in the rearview mirror. The lights fade. The gossip fades. I'm just a guy in a car in a storm with nothing but the road ahead. And that's enough.